It is so on. The battle between Team Law and Team Fire. Who will get the most blood donations? Ooh, and how you can help. And it's day 2 of the Super Mario Galaxy movie giveaway. Today, a prize for those who like to stay cozy while gaming or watching a flick. And what's inside Clearly Canadian sparkling water that gives it that crisp, bold flavor? Y'all remember Mountain Blackberry? Yes. We learn more about the comeback brand from the VP himself. Colorado and Company starts now.
Portions of Colorado and Company contain paid content.
Good friends, gonna get you through the day. Good friends.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me on Colorado and Company. I want, of course, everyone to love themselves, love their body, but just the way you are. But I know that isn't always the brutal truth. And if you are facing some insecurities about your body, that is natural. And we have some good news for you. Nick Tverdik from Aria Integrative Health has some technology he says can get rid of those winter inches quick.
Yes.
Winter inches. Wow, that's a new one. That is harsh. You plump up to stay warm. All right.
The holidays do a number on all
Yeah,
of
it sure does. A lot of the latkes, you know? Okay, here's what I want to know. Can we lose inches but still do it healthily?
Yes, well, that's what we're all about.
Okay.
So we've been around 15 years. We've treated 17,000 patients. Functional Integrative Health Center first and foremost. We actually care about the underlying root health conditions with our patients. Call us crazy. We just happen to do more non-invasive body contouring than anybody in the state of Colorado. So if you need to lose 50, 80 pounds, we do medical weight loss. We can see these dramatic changes if people don't want to do the medical weight loss side. We have 2 holistic nutritionists on staff, but then it's always recommended that we utilize technology at the same time because we can accomplish such more dramatic change and see permanency. And that's what everybody really wants.
That's the
right?
goal.
With the yo-yo, we want to be over with that. We want to correct your insulin resistance. We want to see the weight loss, but make sure we're actually paying attention to your body composition, which is not happening across the country. It's actually a really big deal.
Yeah.
Right now, on average, right now across the country, 50% of the weight that patients are losing is lean mass, which means they're actually losing their basometabolic rate. When you lose skeletal muscle mass, your ability to have a healthy metabolism drops significantly.
Yeah.
So at Aria, we're paying attention to that entire process, and we can actually see an increase of skeletal muscle mass while we're losing the weight, which is very, very strange and rare out there.
That's a win-win.
But it's because we have the technology. We're making sure we're paying attention to body composition. We're looking at your hormones. We're making sure your thyroid's optimized. But when we can add in Sculpt Neo and Sculpture and really spot target those areas that just bother so many people, that's what's so exciting about this, is people leave with so much more confidence in their bodies.
I know. I want it for you guys. I don't want it for anyone else. I want you guys to feel better about yourself. The midsection is such a problem for, let's say, women and men,
Yes.
okay? All right, dad bod, mom bod, whatever. And just sometimes you go to the gym and you're not getting the results.
Yep.
So you can spot treat that area.
Absolutely. So especially with perimenopause and postmenopausal women, they'll get that kind of pouch that's
the Poochie
below,
pouch.
yeah.
And it doesn't budge.
It doesn't budge.
people
Even when
say.
you lose the weight, even if you get down to your goal weight with like Sculpture or Sculpt Neo, depending on what your body is, or we have 25 different machines, so we can fully customize whatever you need, but we're actually able to permanently destroy those fat pockets.
Whoa.
So we see these forever changes to really give you that body health back.
Yeah,
You have that confidence again, and that's where we can see these dramatic changes, because that's not just subcutaneous fat, there's also visceral fat there.
Yeah.
We have the only option in the entire world, including plastic surgery, that can permanently destroy visceral fat. And you can see complete full body changes, like with this particular
With the legs too,
patient.
look at that. Yeah, that's
we brought back
amazing.
her inner thigh gap, and she just feels so much more confident, and we do it healthfully, which is rare.
Right, and you can tell she is already healthy. Wow, that's amazing. When you said fat pockets, I was like, that's a good name for a band. Okay, it's not about the scale, it's really about the inches. And I want to know how Sculpture, that's the name of it, Sculpture, factor into that around other areas of the body.
Yeah, so if you have soft, squishy fat,
Yeah.
We can put a laser on it and permanently destroy it. So sculpture, we've actually done more treatments than any clinic in the entire world with this device, but we're able to utilize a laser to cause a hyperthermic reaction, so heat, to permanently destroy subcutaneous fat, but not damage any other tissue.
So that's sculpture, is that?
That's sculpture. So that's what you're seeing right here.
Okay, so that's the laser.
Yes, the thing that I want all the viewers to really understand with this device is, as you can see, we're putting the lasers directly against the surface of the skin, so the heat spreads.
I see.
Where other devices that are utilizing cold or cryo, you can have all kinds of issues because you're damaging other tissue. But equally as important on the aesthetic side is you can be left with something that's called a shark bite or shelving, just uneven.
Yeah, I see lumps or whatever.
Yeah, with this, that will never happen. So all of your other tissue is safe, and you'll get the most aesthetically pleasing results. And we're killing more fat per treatment with this device permanently, non-invasive, no downtime, than any other option on the market. Is an amazing tool to have in our arsenal to really help people just feel more confident in their bodies.
Unreal. Okay, what about combining this with a weight loss plan? Because you don't hate on GLP-1s if they're done correctly.
I know, if they're done correctly, they arguably the greatest longevity compounds we've ever had.
Oh, it's a miracle drug for people.
Insulin resistance is the leading cause for so many down cascade of issues. I mean, Alzheimer's, really type 3 diabetes. It starts way before that with insulin resistance. So we want to get ahead of it. No, GLP-1s are an amazing, amazing compound. They just need to be done right.
I see.
So, and we do that as well, but it's all about what do you need and holding your hand to show you the results immediately and forever. That's what we're all about.
Unbelievable. Well, thank you. And we should talk about a band we could start together.
I like it.
Fat Pockets. All right, thank you so much, Nick. Everybody, call Nick and his team at ARIA Integrative Health, and I want you to ask about supervised medical weight loss and ways to maintain your goal weight without losing that muscle tone, tighten, and reduce. Call now for a free consultation at 303-953-2899. You can also see more online at ariaintegrativehealth.com. They sponsored today's segment. Later in today's show, a good chat with Dr. Macy Smith. She's a gerontologist who gets real about how we can help our loved ones stay independent and age safely, but at home. Stay with us for that conversation. Well, we are very lucky to have the nationally recognized Firefly Autism right here in Denver. They provide innovative programs and support for our neurodiverse communities and family members. With me, with the best accent I have ever heard, and I love her accent, Dr. Amanda Kelly, President and CEO, to talk about all the exciting things they're doing at Firefly. I'm a huge believer. I've hosted some of their galas. I love being here. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
I'm very excited to have you. Let's brag a bit. What makes Firefly, and that's what Al and I fell in love with, a national leader in education and support for families living with autism?
Well, I think first of all, Firefly's been around for 23 years. So you think about that longevity. We have been a trusted resource for families in Colorado for that entire time. We are so lucky to have such a wealth of knowledge and resources. We provide training, support, and education for families not only in Colorado, but now across the nation. We've got a lot of work in Oklahoma, and we're expanding. Yes.
Whoa, Fireflies are growing.
Yes, the Fireflies are
that.
spreading their wings.
That's what I like to hear. Now, you are debuting, speaking of Firefly, the Luminescent Gala, and it's all new. Share about what makes this year special.
Yeah, well, you know, the gala, this is our 15th gala.
They are so fun, you guys.
Very fun.
They really are.
And the gala used to be called Laugh Yourself Blue with comedy. And, you know, this year we decided that we wanted to rebrand. We want to stay sensitive to the values and the wants of our community, and bringing people together with music seems to be an amazing way forward. So it's going to be a very special night. We're going to have lots of music, but really what's going to make it special is that we get to showcase the work that we do every day. Yeah. And that's truly the reason to want to be there.
Every time I see those videos, I start bawling, but I'm like, oh, look at them. Yeah. And the kids are so cute. Okay, so as you said, entertainment is a huge draw for your gala. Anything you can share about who's playing?
Yes.
Yeah, tell
yes.
us.
So we're partnering with a couple of different organizations in Colorado, youth organizations. So we have the Vocal Coalition Youth Choir.
Nice.
And that's a nonprofit organization that has youth who might be experiencing social barriers. And it's very values aligned. So we'll have the Vocal Coalition there, and then also the Denver Youth Symphony Orchestra.
Wow, look at you.
You know, like young kids playing string instruments sounds incredible. So a real focus on youth, and for me, I think it's the promise of what young people can achieve and how aligned that is to what we do at Firefly.
I also happen to think music is sort of a universal language, even for those nonverbal.
Yes.
There's something for them as well. So I just thought, what a great idea to bring that in.
Yes.
Lots of people watching, I know, they either have someone they love that's dealing with autism, or they want to get involved and support Firefly. What are the options for individuals and for sponsors? Like, you own a bar or a restaurant.
Yes. So, I mean, we've got a lot of different opportunities. The best thing to do is reach out. We have individual tickets available. We've got a small number of tables left.
It's going quick.
It's going fast. Yes, even today, 2 more got added. So we want people to get in quickly if they want to attend. And then we also have opportunities for things like in-kind donations, you know, alcohol, food. There's lots of different opportunities, so they can reach out to us. We have a live and silent auction as well.
That's
so
the
if
best.
anyone has auction items where they're like, this would be an amazing auction item, we would love to partner.
That's a great idea. If any restaurants or anybody out there has something,
Yes.
A store, whatever, that's a great idea. My favorite part of hosting was always seeing how singular people change. And I wanted to see if you could give us an example or two of Firefly improving lives in a way that you could see. That really is what touched me.
Yeah, the stories that make me, it's not hard to make me cry
Yeah.
when it comes to Firefly, but some of the stories we often have families, and there's a few families I can think of right now, who come to us and they've truly been through the ringer.
Yeah.
They have been kicked out of every placement they've ever been in, and they come to us and they say things like, we finally found somewhere where we can feel safe and secure, and our kid is cared for and they can reach their maximum potential. We had a family recently who came to us and they were walking around and saying, we've never found anywhere where we felt like we could belong, and their kid is 19.
Oh my word, are you serious?
Yes, imagine.
The
Imagine being that
frustration.
family,
Oh my
you know?
gosh.
It just breaks my heart. And also I'm so glad, I'm so grateful that we can be that soft landing place for families.
Yeah, and there's a lot of mental invisible load of being like, am I doing enough? Am I doing enough?
The
And
guilt.
yeah, the guilt,
Yes.
right. And then to find you guys would be unbelievable. Okay, let's ask, how does the money raised at the Luminescent Gala go to Firefly?
Literally, we're so dependent on the generosity of others to make sure that we can have the incredible training programs that we have, to make sure that our staff are the best staff in Colorado.
They
which
really are.
So every single dollar raised goes back into our programs. I am always very transparent about this.
It's important to
Programs
people.
are so important, and because we do so much work directly with learners,
Yeah.
our staff is key. If we don't have staff, we don't have programs. So that's a really important piece as well.
Lovely. Your staff is always so kind and so
the
generous.
best.
They really are the best. Like I say that, but I'm like, they really are.
they really are.
So Firefly's Luminescent Gala happens on April 23rd at the Sewell Ballroom. It's an all-new experience, and it's featuring, as she said, the Denver Vocal Coalition. For tickets, sponsorship opportunities, or just more information, I want you to go to fireflyautism.org on socials at @firefly_autism. Doc, it's lovely to see you again.
You
As
too.
always,
Thank you.
You bring a light just like a little firefly.
Thank you.
Still ahead, with all this changing weather, it's a good time to upgrade your home's exterior. Mountain Safe Exteriors is here with a deal, and it's just for Coco viewers. So stick around, baby.
The following interview involves commercial content. The products and services featured appear as paid advertising.
Welcome back. It may feel like summer already out there. Yeah, it's hot, okay? This is making me schwitz. But before we know it, Colorado weather will flip the script again. And your home, if it took a hit this winter, now is the time to get ahead of it. So earlier we spoke to the one, the only Dave from Mountain Safe Exteriors, and he's got a deal you can't miss. Take a look. Before we start, I have to say congratulations.
Thank
You and
you.
your team at Mountain Safe Exteriors, you now hold the title for the 2025 James Hardy President's Club Award.
Thank you, yep.
Did you get like a trophy?
I think we did. I don't
Did
know. I haven't
you?
seen it yet, but apparently it's in the mail. You know how that works,
Yeah,
right?
it's always in the mail.
I think we're the second largest installer of James Hardy west of the Mississippi.
Wow, and you won the presidential. Bravo.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Unbelievable.
Feeling good. I tell you what, it's an interesting week to think about doing your siding because we're going to have 5 days of record heat, right?
Oh, great.
84 to 86 degrees coming up, and the Colorado River is going to be flowing at what I've heard is 1/3 of its normal
Wow.
levels. There's no snowpack. Colorado this year adopted the wildfire mandates. Okay, it's a really big deal. It's about protecting your home in case of fires. And it basically says that if you're going to build a home or you're going to remodel your home or you should remodel your home to protect yourself against fires, you must use a non-combustible sheathing or wrap on the house. That is stone, which is A, very expensive, and you have to pour your foundation for it. B, brick. C, stucco. 3, 4, James Hardy siding.
James Hardy
You got
siding.
it. You know that through the 60s, 70s, and 80s, even into the 90s, this is what a lot of Colorado was sided with. What's that feel like?
This feels like cardboard, people.
It is cardboard. It's glued particle chips of wood. They were courteous enough to glue a wood sticker over the outside, but this is like a tinderbox, and it's awful. Water blows up, fire, of course, will destroy it. So James Hardy outsells everything in Colorado 20-1. There's a reason for it. It's called fiber cement. It really should be called fiber concrete because that's what it is. It's a little bit of Portland cement, sand, wood pulp, and the water. The pros: minimal expansion, minimal contraction, no insects, no woodpeckers. They can't cling to it, can't get through it.
Those woodpeckers.
No rot, no hail, absolutely impervious, and it is fire resistant. We can take this back outside to the parking lot, take a blowtorch to it, and it is not going to light on fire.
We got to do that next time.
We'll do it. Don't wear any hairspray or we'll go up like Michael Jackson, all right? So over 700 colors. It comes in various sizes and styles, vertical, shake.
Oh, I didn't know it came in vertical too. That's cool.
Absolutely. You
Nice.
can do anything you want. Absolutely changes the look of your house. This is the time to do it, especially if you live in any of these fire zones. And by
Right,
the way,
right.
all of the Front Range is in a fire zone. You
especially
can pull
now.
them out. I know, it's crazy.
Yes.
The homes are absolutely gorgeous.
Look at that one.
We do full 3D rendering and design service for you. So you
Wow.
can spin your house around, try all the different colors out on it, see what you want to do.
Yeah, this is incredible. Okay, so let me ask you something. Why is now the time?
Well, this is our biggest siding sale of the year because we're trying to get homeowners ready for spring. It's 25% off your James Hardy siding project. Plus, that includes 24 months, same as cash financing. So you give us
don't have to
nothing down.
pay.
Nope, we come when we do our work. We can typically side the average house in about 7 business days.
Wow, in a week
Larger
you're done.
ones, 10 days tops. Yep.
Unbelievable.
But then you have 2 years of free money. You can make payments as you go along, or you can do what the smart investor does and just let their money work for them, pull it out, and dump it at the end of the 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
You get to like ring a bell when you do it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's amazing. Okay, so let's say viewers do. They're like, this is amazing. And to be honest, this James Hardy siding is amazing. But they want to do this, but they're overwhelmed. Would you suggest them calling you or showing up?
Yes, no. I mean,
showroom?
2 things. You can come to the showroom. The easiest thing, though, is call us, go on the internet, go on our website, look at our reviews. They're perfect.
You guys have crazy 5-star reviews.
We run our own crews. Everything we do is warranted for your life in the home, transferable in full one time if you ever sell, so best warranty in the business.
Wow.
We'll come out to the house, and we use software that actually pings satellites off your house and makes a 3D rendering of your house.
Wow.
And measures everything down to 1/8 of an inch. There's an example of it.
wow.
So you can see new windows in the house. You can see all the different styles and colors of Hardy on your actual house. It's really amazing.
Yeah, and so I can say, I want to change this to a totally different look, change the color for me, and you can do any of it.
We can add stone.
Oh,
we can
that's so
We
cool.
can add porches. We can do anything.
That's brilliant. That's
yeah,
brilliant.
It's great. James Hardy Past Kitchens has the #1 return on investment for your house in Colorado. So keep your homeowner's insurance in place, keep your house safe, and there's no maintenance. Once you put this on,
It's done. You're finished.
you're done.
I want to do that too.
There's no service on Hardy, so that's just over.
Let's do it together.
I like it.
That feels good. Spring is a really popular time for exterior projects, and I just wanted to ask, like, for our viewers, why is right now one of the best times to look at your siding? Is it also because of the weather and things going on?
Absolutely.
Not just the discount?
Well, and the fires.
I was going to say,
Yeah,
and the fires, yeah, especially which is this year.
Yep.
Unbelievable, Dave. What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite color? There's 700, so.
I like the grays.
You do?
Yeah.
You're yeah. I get you.
I like the grays.
I like.
I mean.
Yeah, you
I can do green though. If you want
bright
green, we got it. Mountain
St.
sage,
Patrick's Day
Heather
green.
moss. I'll find you the green you want. Kelly green.
I really like rich espresso.
Rich espresso's good. It's good. It's a good rich color.
Love it. Okay, this is right here. This is my fave. Okay, so Dave is giving Colorado and Company viewers a very special discount this month. You heard him say it. It's 25% off all James Hardie siding. Just go to mountainsafe.com for more information. Or, like Dave said, you can come down, visit his team at the showroom in Greenwood Village, or also, as you said, call, which might be the easiest, 720-955-2120. Mountain Safe Exterior sponsored today's segment. Ready to feel a little nostalgic? When Colorado and Company returns, we're bringing back the iconic drink, Clearly Canadian. What was your favorite flavor?
The following interview involves commercial content. The products and services featured appear as paid advertising.
If you're missing the 90s, and let's be honest, who isn't, we've got good news for you. Clearly Canadian, remember this, is back on our shelves. And earlier, Kelly had the chance to chat with the VP of Marketing, Casey Howe. Well, Mr. Fizz.
Clearly Canadian is a classic brand, and I'm so excited because it's very nostalgic for me. Casey, your brand is having a huge comeback. Tell me all about it.
Yeah, sure, Kelly. We're absolutely having a comeback. Clearly Canadian is the iconic original flavored sparkling water brand. We were born way back in '87, became a fan-loved brand all throughout the '90s, featured on shows like Friends, Seinfeld, Sex and the City. And we lost distribution for a bit. We came back actually due to the love of our fans. So we came back in 2017 to mass distribution, and we're absolutely having a comeback now.
I am so excited you are back, especially because people are loving bubbles right now. So what makes Clearly Canadian so unique?
I love that you asked that question. What really makes Clearly Canadian so unique is our water. We're only sourced from natural Canadian springs, rich in naturally occurring hydrating minerals. So our water is really what makes us so unique and special. And to our water, we only add natural fruit flavors to give it that bold, true to fruit flavor and experience that our fans love with clean, simple ingredients.
Okay, now we have to talk about the flavors. I've got my favorite flavor here. It's the Mountain Blackberry. Like I said before, it is so nostalgic when I taste this, but tell me about all the other flavors.
Absolutely. So we have our Mountain Blackberry that you know and love. We also have Wild Cherry, Orchard Peach, Country Raspberry. We have a Summer Strawberry, and we have a new Sunset Orange that's coming out soon as well.
Ooh, that's exciting. Okay, let's talk about what's new for Clearly Canadian since y'all are back on the market now.
Absolutely. So we're known obviously for our iconic blue glass bottle, which we have in full distribution at King Soopers, Kroger, Albertson Safeway, Walmart. We also have our new cans. So we have 6-pack cans and single cans available. So it's perfect for on the go, anywhere that glass breakage is an issue. They're perfect for those occasions. And then we also have a new zero sugar coming to the market soon. And then for new flavors as well, as I mentioned, we have our Sunset Orange, which is the newest flavor in our Originals core lineup.
Ooh, that's great. Okay, let's talk a little more about the mineral water. Can you tell me about that?
Absolutely. So Clearly Canadian is bottled from source from natural Canadian springs. And those springs are actually protected. We have a double layer aquifer where the water filters through the ground, through clay, sand, gravel, all the way down to bedrock to a double layer aquifer. And as it filters through, it actually picks up naturally occurring minerals. They're the hydrating minerals that you know. So calcium, potassium, magnesium, very low on sodium. So that's really what makes us so unique, because it's really the water that gives us that taste and that perfect balance of minerality that consumers and fans love.
Right, that's incredible. Okay, Casey, I've got a hard hitter for you. It's gonna be tough, but you have to tell me your favorite flavor.
Well, similar to you, my favorite flavor when I was growing up as a kid was definitely the mountain blackberry. You can't go wrong with it, but it's hard for me to choose because I love them all. And we have great flavors. So whether you like our wild cherry, country raspberry, orchard peach, the new sunset orange, our summer strawberry, you can't go wrong with Clearly Canadian.
You were talking about the mineral water that makes Clearly Canadian so unique, but I heard you might have one coming to the market soon. Tell me about that.
We do, absolutely. We have our unflavored sparkling spring water and mineral water. And we also have a new still water as well that's coming to the market soon.
All right, Casey, let's open this up.
Great.
Got our bubbles going. There we go. Let's cheers. Cheers to Clearly Canadian being back. I am so excited. Let's take a little sip.
Cheers.
Oh my gosh, it's so nostalgic. I love it. Thank you so much for joining us today, Casey. We'll see you soon.
Thank you so much, Kelly. Cheers from Canada.
Cheers.
I love Canada. Look for the iconic blue glass bottle or 6-pack cans of Clearly Canadian in King Soopers now. King Soopers is your home for optimum wellness. This segment sponsored by Clearly Canadian. Roll up those sleeves. It's time to save a life. How donating just a little bit of blood can make a huge impact during Battle of the Badges. There's a battle currently going on in the first responder community, and you can get in on it. Brooke, our dear friend, the communications manager at Vitalant, along with Douglas County Sheriff Darren Weekly, have stopped by with more. Hello, both of you.
Hello.
And we should say we've known each other a while. We have a good friendship here, so I'm glad to see you're here. Brooke, what is going on right now? What is the battle?
We're excited. Today's day one of the Battle of the Badges. Day one is in Parker at the fairgrounds.
And what is Battle of the Badges?
It's awesome. It's a friendly competition between law enforcement and fire departments in the Douglas County area.
Okay.
They all compete to get the most donors to vote for them when they're giving blood.
Oh, is that right? Whether you're team law or team fire?
So then we'll see who wins at the end. There's a traveling trophy, and we're really excited to see what happens this year.
A trophy, really? Is it like a real trophy?
It's a real trophy.
I would be into that. Okay. Tell us more about what the need for blood is in Colorado. And I want to be clear, my mom was anemic, needed blood for a long, long time, especially since I was born. So tell us what it's like getting blood. Do we need it badly?
Yeah, thanks for sharing your story.
Oh, of course.
And that's the thing. There's so many stories out there that people wouldn't even know that someone in their family needed blood. And we need a lot of it every day in Colorado. We need more than 600 units a day.
Wow.
Just in Colorado. We serve 95% of the hospitals here.
Wow.
So we're having orders going in so quickly, going out so quickly. So
Unbelievable.
we need the community to step up if they're able to get blood and come join us at the battle this week.
That's amazing. They should roll up.
They should roll up.
They should roll up. That'd be good. You could make that a thing. That's good.
Roll their sleeve.
That's right. Sheriff Weekly, thank you for coming, first of all. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office unfortunately knows firsthand how important a blood donation is. Tell us how that has impacted the team.
Well, unfortunately, we've had members of my agency that have been injured, nearly killed in the line of duty, and it was blood transfusions that saved their lives.
Is that right?
Specifically, Jeff Pelley in 2017, he took a rifle round to the chest. He's very fortunate to be alive, but he would not be alive right now if it wasn't for people donating blood. He required several transfusions, and he's perfectly healthy and alive today. He's a father, he's a husband. And every time I see Jeff, I'm just reminded about that night and what he went through, but he would not be with us without blood donations.
I mean, way to personalize it. That makes it so real, doesn't it? I absolutely understand that. Why do you think it's so important that the Douglas County Sheriff's Office participate? Is it for that reason?
Well, that's part of it, but we started this about 3 years ago, and then we decided to bring on other law enforcement agencies, fire personnel. Unfortunately, in my line of work, we see a lot of tragedies, a lot of traumas, both us and fire, and so we decided this is a great way to give back.
Close to your heart. That's so awesome. Okay, so why should someone donate to Team Law? So tell me, it's your time. We didn't have anyone from fire on. No, you see anyone from here, from fire? No, they're at it. They got fired. So pitch to the audience why Team Law should be the one they donate to.
Well, obviously we're making, this is a fun event, but it's very serious blood drive as well. So we want people to donate. We want people to vote for law. We have a very spirited rivalry with our partners in the fire department, but we're hoping that we're going to be able to prevail this year.
Oh, Team Law, what's up, Team Law? Let's ask, not to ruffle some feathers, who won last year?
Law.
Law, okay.
Law
You
did.
said that with like such a straight Law. Oh, there's the trophy.
Yeah, that's,
okay,
that's
cute.
Jeff Pelly, who is just talking about.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Yeah, that's Jeff. He was shot.
Oh my gosh.
And he had, again, a rifle round through and through, went through his vest, went through everything else.
Oh my word, what a thing to see him holding that trophy. That must mean so much. And Brooke, I just want you to quickly tell us why it's so personal to you as well.
Yeah, so I have a rare blood disorder called beta thalassemia, and my body doesn't make red cells properly. So I get blood transfusions every 3 weeks now. I have a little baby on the way, so I need more blood actually.
Yeah.
She's taking everything out of me.
Absolutely.
But it's really heartwarming to see these donors come to these events and just, they're so excited to give back, and it really is full circle to see that, because I'm getting so many transfusions every month. So yeah, it's just a personal passion of mine, and it's awesome to have these partners like the Doug Sheriffs on board.
Unbelievable. Thank
Yeah.
you so much, and we're so glad to see you happy and
Yeah.
healthy. Thank you, Sheriff, Team Law. Let's go. So Vitalant Battle of the Badges, it's going on now. You can schedule an appointment now at vitalant.org/DougCoBattle, or you can just donate in person today and tomorrow at either the Parker Fieldhouse or the Douglas County Fairgrounds. Remember, you have to vote. Team Law, Team Fire. Good luck, everyone. More Coco coming up next. It's gonna be Team Law again. Here's a fact, 80% of adults over the age of 65 would rather age in place. So how do we help make that happen for our loved ones who want to stay at home and remain independent? Let's chat it out with Synergy Home Care gerontologist and my friend, Dr. Macy Smith. Take a look.
Hi, Dr. Smith. I am so happy to be talking to you. This is a very important topic, so let's jump right in. What things do we need to do to help our loved ones stay safe if they're living at home alone?
Well, you know, first, the practical things. You want to be sure that there are handrails wherever there are steps. You want to be sure that there are grab bars in the bathroom, shower chairs, also bath benches. Remove those throw rugs. And then you want to be sure that the person is still engaged in their community. Just say, for example, if they would go to play bridge at the community center every week or every month, but because of their limitations now, they can't actually go to the center, bring bridge to them. Don't count them out. Just change the equation. It's very important that they stay engaged and stay active in their community and in their home.
Right. My grandma played bridge until she was 100. And so that's amazing. I love that. When we talk about home care, Dr. Smith, what does that really mean?
So people, I think, have their thoughts and perceptions about what home care is, but it is really a personalized care system. So the provider would come in and do an assessment to make a determination as to what the person needs. It's not what you think they need, but what's based on the assessment. And a care plan is developed that's individualized for that person. It may include activities of daily living, hands-on care with bathing, dressing, toileting, but it could also include hands-off care, instrumental activities of daily living, housekeeping, laundry, transportation. We also want to keep in mind that the person and provider that comes into the home, the professional caregiver, they're doing the home safety assessments and making sure that the home is safe for the person to live in. We know that people are happier and healthier when they age in place with supports. We want to be sure that they're as independent for as long as possible. There's less hospitalization, there's less ER visits, so it's a win for everybody. And then respite. The family gets respite, and it takes a toll and a weight and a burden off of the family members, so that way they can get back to being who they were, their God-given role as daughter or spouse.
Right. That's exactly what I was just going to ask you. When you become a caregiver, it can be a lot, whether you're a family member, but what benefit does it give to the caregiver of bringing that home care into the home?
Oh, it lifts that burden. We know that studies support that the stress levels go way down, depression levels go way down, and there's hope, there's help, and there's healing. So when you think about home care, it is much more than helping somebody bathe. It really is a lifeline for so many families.
Okay, let's say we're ready to get home care. What kind of questions should we be asking to make sure we get the right person or the right team?
Oh, great question. First is you want to be sure that you can afford home care. So you want to figure out the cost so that way you can plan for it and that you can budget it. And then you want to inquire about the training. It is skilled care. So you want to be sure that the person that's coming into your home to care for your loved one of your most precious gems, you want to be sure that they're skilled in the care. They can recognize emergencies, how to respond to emergencies, how to respond to abuse, neglect, or exploitation. You want to be sure that they have communication skills, active listening skills. And then you want to find out how often are they retrained. And then you want to inquire about the selection protocol. How does the family select a caregiver to actually come into the home? What does that process look like? And who to call and where to go if they have concerns about the caregiver that's in the home providing care. So you want to be sure that there is a seamless line of communication when you're bringing someone into your private home.
Oh, this is all so important, Dr. Smith. Thank you so much. Let's talk about having the conversation with our loved ones, because that can be really difficult. How do we know when it's time to have that conversation, and how can we approach that?
Oh, and it can be very tricky too, but you got to know your loved one, and you got to know how to bring information to them that may not be desirable. I tell families all the time, when your loved one is no longer able to take care of their basic life needs independently, now it's time to look or seek in-home care, or just look for something that can actually support them in their home when the family member isn't there. And again, it could be anywhere from hands-on care to hands-off care. It could be supervision. They may just need companionship, just a little company, somebody to keep them engaged. And so you want to ensure that you actually have a contact number, a contact name, so that way as things change in life, you have a direct line to someone to say, hey, I don't know if it's time yet, but if you think it's time, just call the number and they can provide you guidance from that point forward. So if they are not able to perform basic life essentials independently, it may be time for in-home care.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us today, Dr. Smith. We always love having you on. This is a very important topic that affects a lot of our viewers. So thank you for taking the time.
Thank you so much for having me.
We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Dr. Macy Smith is the author of A Dementia Caregiver Call to Action. It's available wherever books are sold, and you can find more information on her website at drmacysmith.com or on Facebook. Learn more about home health care at synergyhomecare.com. We'll be right back. Taylor Sheridan is known for building bold shows like Yellowstone, but his newest series, The Madison, is being called his most intimate yet. Earlier, Kelly talked with two of the stars, Bo Garrett and Ben Schnetzer. Giddy up.
I am so excited to be talking to y'all. Bo, we're going to jump right in. You usually play a really strong but understated character. For someone who hasn't seen the first 3 episodes, how would you describe your character, Abby, without giving too much away?
She's a strong woman who I think had a lot of dreams to do many things and just doesn't have a lot of follow through. I think that she's always been a bit of a daddy's girl, and her and her mother have a tough relationship that I think in the season you can kind of see play out. And she's a little bit of a loner, I think.
Ben, I heard that Taylor Sheridan actually reached out to you to play the role of Van. So tell me about that and how that felt.
I mean, there's kind of like that kind of happened. I had tested for another one of Taylor's shows a year or two prior, and kind of did the whole deal and flew out to Wyoming and screen tested for him, and then got an email from him like an hour after the test, and he was like, "Hey man, you know, you were great. You're not right for this part, but I'll find something that hopefully you're the right fit for, and we'll hopefully work together down the road." And that was an incredibly, you know, when you go to a screen test and don't get the job, it can be very, very meaningful to just get a note from someone, to just get a note saying like, hey, you know, you did good. Like it's not, there's nothing more you could have done, you know? And yeah, and so I wasn't really holding my breath. I was just hoping that when the right thing came along, our paths would cross. And then it did. And then, you know, my agent called me a couple of years later and was like, hey, Taylor has this part he thinks he might be right for. And yeah, and just a total kind of pinch me moment, and a real gift of a part and a gift of a project.
That is very cool. Okay, Bo, we have to talk about the fight scene with your on-camera sister. I still fight with my sister, but I can't say that we've ever gotten physical. So what was it like filming that scene? Like, did y'all ever break and like start laughing during it or anything?
Yeah, of course. There's things that happen. It's physical, things go wrong, and you kind of laugh. But we were very careful, at least in the shooting process. In rehearsal, you know, there was a lot of laughter. And I might have, I don't know if Elle would share this, but I might have actually punched her accidentally in the face when we were rehearsing, and the medic had to be called. But but it does happen. I mean, you're flinging things around, and like you get into it, and you're trying, you know, and also like you kind of forget the dialogue. You're like, oh right, this is not just a fight. There's a scene too. We have to like remember these moments, and so it's, you know, it was quite rehearsed, quite practiced, but super fun. I mean, the physical part's really fun when you are, you know, I think Abigail is such a quiet person in her physicality, whereas Paige is so much more animated. And I think that it was fun to like let loose a bit in something and be physical. I quite enjoyed it.
That's great. Okay, Ben, my parents live in Big Fork, Montana, and in my opinion, there is just nothing like Big Sky country. What was it like filming in the Madison River Valley?
Oh, it was just profoundly enriching. I'd been to Wyoming when I was a kid, but I'd never been to Montana. And I think we all were just completely taken with it. The power and the beauty of the place. And Christina Boros, our director and cinematographer, did such an incredible job capturing the character of the landscape and the character of the surroundings, and letting the nature really imbue the story and the scenes and the relationships and how they change and how they form and how they break and how they bond. I think we're all just, you know, looking for any and every excuse to go back to Montana immediately.
You do recall that we kissed?
I remember that.
So I presumed that you were calling because you liked it, and maybe I wanted to do it some more.
Bo, since it's Women's History Month, hey, what do you hope women take away from your character in this series?
Like, love is kind of such a great healer, and to always kind of seek it, whether it's with a person or an animal or whatever it is that makes you feel good. Because I don't think Abigail ever thought that she would feel anything again, and especially after losing her father. So I guess it's just like holding on to hope.
Oh, that was beautiful. Thank y'all so much for joining us today. We are so excited for the next 3 episodes and a new season, hopefully. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye, thanks.
Take care.
New episodes of The Madison drop tonight on Paramount+.
I demand that you release my father.
Over my dead body.
Fine with me.
Mario and his friends are back for another adventure. You can see how it unfolds April 1st. So, you know, I'm taking care of the Mario fans out there because all week long, we're doing some really cool giveaways. And today's prize is a Mario blanket and this really cool square mug. So cool and so cozy. Enter now by sending an email to mycoco@9news.com. Just put the words Mario blanket in the subject line. The winner will be chosen at random. Good luck. Thanks for your company, Colorado. Portions of today's program were sponsored by the businesses listed on your screen. And if the thought of airport delays makes you want to cancel your vacation, we got a better idea. Tomorrow on Colorado and Company, why hitting the road in an RV could make for the smoothest summer yet. Now remember, everyone you encounter is facing an uphill battle you know nothing about. So be kind, be patient, be gentle, and then apply that to yourself. I'm trying to do the same thing. All right, thanks so much, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye!